Happy New Year! I'm surrounded by Louis Vuitton. If you are new to this channel, this is the perfect video to start with. I'll be showing you my entire Louis Vuitton handbag collection. The rest of the Louis Vuitton collection will come in another video next Saturday. I have 15 bags to show you, and I'll be telling you, I don't want to spend a ton of time talking about each bag because then the video will be a lot longer than it's already going to be, but there are a few bags that I do want to say a couple things about. And I'm also going to share prices with you because this channel is all about luxury living on a budget. So I want to let you know what I paid for these bags so you can get an idea of the kind of bargains that you might be able to find. I'm good at finding bargains, and I'm also, hopefully, good at helping you find bargains. So I'll give you some of my tips and tricks for that. I'll also tell you my favorite bag in my collection and why. And I would love it if you would tell me your favorite Louis Vuitton bag and why in the comment section below. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, then stick around. And if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags such as these to the everyday luxuries of life, which includes a lot of different things. If that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post a new video, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. Also, when you subscribe, you're able to access my community posts. Those should automatically show up on your YouTube homepage. And that's where I share information about sales and discount codes that you can use to get good bargains on these bags and other luxurious items. In the new year, I have new plans. Every January, I do all my collection videos. This is the first of them. So I have the Louis Vuitton handbag collection today. Next Saturday will be all my other Louis Vuitton stuff. There's a lot of it. I've been collecting, I figured it out about 5 or 6 years. I kind of figured it out. So I've amassed a lot, and it's rare that I sell luxury items. So most of what I've collected, I still have. I'll also share in another video my other luxury brand items like Chanel and Hermes, Givenchy, things like that. And in another collection video, I'll share the contemporary brands that I have like Coach, Rebecca Minkoff, Kurt Geiger, Tory Burch, Henry Bendel. I've amassed a lot of Coach in the last year, so that'll take up a big portion of that video. They've been killing it. I also amassed a small collection of metallic items, handbags, SLGs, and such, and I think that that is worthy of a metallics collection video. So that will be at the end of the month. In between that, I do 3 videos a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. The collection videos will be on Saturdays. The Tuesday and Thursday videos this month will include a couple of unboxings, some handbag comparisons. I have a luxury roast video that's going to be a lot of fun. That's a collaboration with 2 of my bestest YouTube buddies, Yota Style and Winnie B. LV. I'll probably throw a tag video in there somewhere, and that should take up the whole month. Oh, and I am going to make an effort this year to get back on Instagram. I just posted my first Instagram post in almost a year. It was a picture of all this stuff behind me and the dogs in my chair. I'm gonna try to do at least a few photos a week. I would really like to do one a day. We'll see. Full-time teacher during COVID plus 3 videos a week is a lot. So I don't know why I'm constantly trying to add more to my plate, but I do. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, and my Instagram name is Autumn Beckman. So if you're on Instagram, please go follow me there. Okay, I think I have talked more than enough. I don't usually talk this much before I get started in the videos, but this being the first one of the year, I wanted to tell you what to expect in the coming month anyway. So let's get started with the handbags. I'm doing these in no particular order. I think I'll probably just look around me and grab stuff and try not to tell you my entire life story for each bag. Let's start with this one. This is the first bag that I purchased in the store. So this is one of the few bags that I purchased brand new from Louis Vuitton, the Neverfull in Damier Ebene. This is the new model. There is an older model, and I'm probably going to end up linking several videos below because I have videos on all of these bags, plus I have comparisons. Like I have a comparison between this old model bag, or new model bag, and an old model that I'll show you in just a second. And just a note on some of the bags I have, bag charms and stuff. I'll talk about this in the video where I do the rest of my LV collection, so I'm not going to talk about those in this video. But this one has the red interior. You can also get it with the rose ballerine, the pink interior. Love this bag, love the Neverfulls. I'm definitely a tote gal. I prefer bigger bags most of the time. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Neverfull. So that I paid retail for, it was $1,300-ish, somewhere around there at that time. So a few of these bags I don't have the exact price on, but most of them I do. So let's continue with the Neverfulls. I have 3 total. There's that one. And then I have the Neverfull MM in Damier Azure, and this is the old model, so it looks a little different on the inside. And I'll link the comparison video between these 2 bags below in the description box. I purchased this bag pre-loved from Trevi, and any of the luxury resellers that I mention I will also link below, so be sure you check those out to find some great deals. And if you're new and you can hear that whistling in the background, that is my bird Vincent. She's an African gray parrot, and she loves to make all kinds of noise when she hears me doing my videos. I do my best to, when I hear her doing something super annoying like that, to edit that out, but I don't always get everything. And most people don't mind, but a few people do, so I'm just letting you know for the new people. All right, so that's Neverfull number 2. And for the Azure Neverfull, again, I got it on Trevi. I paid just under $800. It was $794. So that's almost half price. And it's in fantastic condition, and I love it. The old model did not come with a pouch, the new model does. That's one of the big differences. Neverfull number 3 is this one. It's in epi leather, and the color is noir, which is black. Has silver hardware, the other ones have gold. And a little spin, it's in excellent condition. It doesn't have any scratches or creases like Epi tends to get. I have bag organizers in each of these to help keep the shape during storage. I do have videos about how I store my bags and keep them in great shape. I'll link that below too. And then those things you see on top are charcoal packs, which helps prevent like musty smells, or if you get a bag that happens to have a musty smell or some other kind of little weird odor, those will really help. And they're not overnight. It takes a while. It can take a month. It can even take a few months for some really bad smells, but they help. And I keep those in a lot of my bags just as a preventative measure. I sometimes use them too to help shape the bag while it's sitting in storage. This bag also came with the pouch. I don't have the pouches here because they'll be in my next video. This bag currently retails for $2,260, and I got it from the RealReal in excellent condition for $1,300. So I saved almost $1,000 on this bag, and I love it so, so much. Beautiful, and it's a way to get a Neverfull that's not the Neverfull you see everywhere. I wanted this for many years before I was able to find it at that price. I really scored with this one. The current retail, by the way, on the canvas bags is $1,500. They were less than that when I bought this one in the store. I have a few vintage bags in my collection. I love vintage Louis Vuitton. Some people don't like it, especially if it's something that has vachetta, that raw leather that can get really dark in places, especially where you touch it or if it hasn't been taken care of very well. I love it. I appreciate the history of Louis Vuitton. I appreciate the quality of the older bags. I love the old and the new, and everything in between. So here's one of my vintage bags. This is a vintage Noe. This is the GM size. If you're not familiar with Louis Vuitton sizes, GM is the biggest, MM is the middle size, and PM is the smallest. So this is the largest size. It was originally designed to carry 5 bottles of champagne, 4 standing up and then 1 upside down in the middle, which is why I bought it. I got it as a winery bag. I frequent wineries. And this is one of the bags that I prefer vintage, especially knowing that story behind it. The current version of this bag, which looks identical to this, just brand new, retails for $1,730. And I purchased this off eBay a while ago, and eBay won't let me go far enough back to see my purchases anymore. It only lets you go like 2 years back. I wasn't able to get exactly what I spent on it, but I probably spent around $300, maybe up to $400, but probably closer to $300. And when I bought it, it was in pretty great shape, and then I cleaned it. One of the tricks you want to look for if you're buying one of these vintage, check the bottom, make sure you get a picture of the bottom and the vachetta, because often they'll have big watermarks, and some of them look like oil stains. They're so dark. But I got this, and it was my first attempt at cleaning a Louis Vuitton bag with vachetta, and I really messed up because I used a magic eraser on it. Don't do that. I have a whole video on it where I kind of ruined this bag. I still love it, I still carry it, but I'll show you what I did to it. Maybe a little difficult to see on the screen, but I cracked the vachetta across there in several places. It wasn't like that before. So in the cleaning process, I accidentally dried out this very vintage vachetta and cracked it. I also cracked it in several places up on the trim here. So because of that, and because I still love this bag despite that, it's not a bag I would ever sell, but it's fantastic. The base of it is about the size of the Neverfull, so if you want something about the size of the Neverfull, but that's not a Neverfull, this could be a great option for you, and something with a longer strap. Now I will say I have made 2 alterations to this bag. Well, 3 I guess. One is I added this slide here. It doesn't come with that originally, you just have to pull the drawstring and tie it together, and this makes it so much easier to use. I got this off Etsy and I can't link it because that shop doesn't exist anymore, but I can link a similar slide that's all vachetta, it just doesn't have the canvas on it, from a place called Dress Up Your Purse that makes accessories that go perfectly with Louis Vuitton items. Another thing I changed on this was it had the original drawstring when I bought it, and that was pretty old and dry, and eventually that snapped on me. So I bought a new drawstring, and I will also link that from Dress Up Your Purse. She sells those. And the third thing I did that made this bag, it transformed it, besides this, well, let's say these 2 things, the slide and these clips transformed how I'm able to use this bag. It made it so much easier. These snap hooks here did not come with the bag. I added those. I got them at my local hardware store. That's again not something I can link below, because if you want to do this, you need to measure your strap and find clips, and they're called snap hooks, but you can use other kinds of clips too. I just prefer these. Find a clip that's the right size for the strap that you have. That's easiest done at your local hardware store. But this makes it easy to remove the strap. It also, because this is the original strap and it's old vachetta and it's starting to crack in some places, or is cracked in some places, I don't want to, if I want to remove the strap, I don't want to keep unbuckling it and moving it so much. So the snap hook allows me to remove the strap and put it back on easily without doing any damage to the vachetta. I will link that terrible cleaning fail video below, and if I can find other videos on this bag I will, but I pretty much told you what you needed to know about it. And there are no pockets inside that bag, it's just a big open space. Now I said that was the Noe GM, the large size. This is the Petite Noe, the smaller size, and there's an even smaller one, a little tiny Nano, but this is what's called the Petite, and this is in Epi leather, again in noir, the black. Beautiful bag, and this is a vintage bag. It looks, besides the tarnishing on the hardware, this bag looks brand new. It's in excellent condition, but it, like the monogram one, I don't remember the date off the top of my head, but it's 30 or 40 years old. It looks brand new. The inside of this one is the suede, the other side of the leather, which reminds me I forgot to show you the inside of this bag, which is canvas. Oh, and if you don't know, if you're very new to Louis Vuitton, the monogram, the Damier Ben, and the Damier Azur, some people think those are leather. They're not. They're coated canvas. They have several layers of this proprietary coating that Louis Vuitton has that makes them very durable. All right, so Petite Noe, and you'll notice that this has a couple of the same alterations that I made to the other bag. I have the snap hooks on here. I have a slide, and I will link this one below. This one is still available. This is the original strap, the shoulder strap, but I've added this short strap, and I'll link that below too. This, for some reason, I've never felt like I needed a short strap on the GM bag, but on this bag, when I have this in my car, I've always just wanted a little handheld shorter strap to be able to grab it and move around with it, and I usually carry it on my shoulder with the shoulder strap. This just helps so much. So I highly recommend getting a little strap for your Petite Noe. And you can find them in vachetta too if you have the monogram one. While we're talking about vintage bags, let me show you this one. Oh, and the Petite Noe and Epi, same story as far as price as Noe GM. I bought it on eBay several years ago. Don't know the price that I paid for it, but it was probably $300 or $400. Noe is currently not sold in Epi, so you would have to get that pre-loved. And the Epi does come in the petite and the larger size. Okay, so this is my most vintage looking bag, and it is quite vintage. This is the Speedy 35 in monogram, and you can tell how kind of dirty looking the vachetta is up here. I purposefully got the Speedy 35 looking very worn like this because I purchased this specifically as a project bag. I had planned to paint on this bag. I bought it a few years ago and I still have not gotten around to painting it, even though I have the paints and all the other supplies I need to do it. I don't know what I want to paint. I was thinking of painting my animals on it somehow. I've never put any ounce of effort toward doing that, so we'll see, maybe someday. But I do carry it like this. I enjoy this bag. It doesn't bother me at all that it's so vintage looking, that the vachetta is a little dirtier looking. I also wanted to try some different cleaning products on this, which I've done a little bit of. So I'm cool with the bag looking the way it is. It's not for everybody, I know. One bag on my wish list is the Speedy 30 in monogram. That's a newer, cleaner bag. I don't want a brand new one. I want something that already does have some patina on it. I'm going to get into telling you everything I know about Speedies. I have to stop myself. The 35 is a good size. I have a video comparing the 35, the 30, and the 25. So if you're interested to know more about that, I will link that video below. The Speedy is one of the bags you can find the best prices on the pre-loved market. It all depends on how old the bag is and the condition, what kind of condition you are willing to accept for a lower price. This bag, brand new, the 35, currently retails for $1,180. I got this one from Trevi for $335. And one thing I'll point out, you see how this vachetta is much lighter than the handles? That's because I had this replaced. This bag I purchased from a seller in Japan. You can find some really good deals from sellers in Japan on Trevi, on eBay, and you can be pretty assured that they are authentic bags. But the original zipper pull that was on here was ripped a little when I got it, and it finally, no, it never fell off, but it was ripped enough that I took it into Louis Vuitton and I had them replace the zipper pull. And it was $30, I think, to do that a couple years ago. Of course, the vachetta is a different color, and then the new vachetta, which is what this is coated in something where, I don't know if it doesn't patina as well, I don't know. Also, the new zipper pull here, it's coated on both sides, whereas the old zipper pull would have like suede on the back. So it's not my favorite thing, but it needed to be replaced. While we're on the subject of Speedies, here's my Speedy 35. This one is in Damier Ebene, and there is a bandolier version that has strips of leather here and a shoulder strap attached. I don't have any of the bandolier versions because they're so much more expensive than the handheld ones. So what I do is take another strap and I attach it diagonally to the hardware here, and that has worked out really well for me. I've had people tell me that you're not supposed to do that the bag's not made for that, but I've seen Louis Vuitton do this themselves on some of their other bags, and I've never had any trouble with it. I keep an eye on the stitching here to make sure the stitches aren't being pulled. Just never had trouble. It looks like this with the strap hanging. It makes it a shoulder bag. Shoulder bags are my thing. That's the easiest way for me to carry something. This is one of my most carried bags, along with the Ebene Neverfull. It is a workhorse for me. It holds a ton. For me, the size 30 in the Speedy is the best size, but some people need a little more space for this 35. Some people don't need this much, so they go to the 25. This bag currently retails for $1,160. I got it for $695 from Fashion File. Again, the Speedy, the monogram especially, but the Ebene also, is a bag you can find some really good bargains on, because it's classic, iconic Louis Vuitton, and a lot of people buy them and then realize that they're not a Speedy person and it doesn't work for them, so they sell them. So there are a lot on the pre-loved market. The Speedy is one of my favorite Louis Vuitton bags. I have two more Speedies to show you. This is the Speedy 25 in Damier Azur. This bag I love. I think it's beautiful. The Azur print is my least carried. So this and the Neverfull in Azur, because I don't wear light colors that often, but they're still staple pieces in my collection and I love them. This bag currently retails for $1,140. I got this one for $630 from Rebag, and again, I'll have all these resellers linked in the description box below for you. Love this bag. The last Speedy I have to show you is the newest to my collection, the newest Speedy to my collection, and the oldest Speedy I have. It's another vintage bag. This is the Mini Speedy HL, and the HL stands for Henri Louis Vuitton. I think that's what it stands for, if I remember correctly. I have a whole long video that goes into great detail about this bag and all the iterations of this bag up to present day. This is the original model of the tiny Speedy. This bag is from the early 1980s. It looks vintage, of course, but it is in fabulous shape. I love it. It's adorable. I have a crossbody strap that I attach to it to wear and this cute little tassel. I will link both of those things below. The current version of this bag is the Speedy Nano that has a crossbody strap built on that's not removable. The current one is a little bit bigger than this one too, and it retails for $1,180, which is the same price as the brand new Speedy 35. Not bandolier version. This version I found on the RealReal for $460. If you're looking for one of these, I would recommend any of the resellers below. If you're looking for a Nano, the current model, I would recommend Fashion File the most. They usually have the most stock of those. If you're looking to find one of these at the lowest price you can, I would check the RealReal, and I would check Trevi, and I would check eBay. So adorable, so cute. Can be worn as a bag on its own or used as a little SLG inside other bags. I have a video on this if you're interested in this bag. I highly recommend checking out that video because I did a ton of research and I have all kinds of information in that video that you're not going to find anywhere else. So I'll link that below. Next up is my Eva. This is in Damier Ebene, and it also comes with an Ebene thin crossbody strap. I just didn't pull it out for the video, but it has this gold chain. I added this little tassel that I will link below. I purchased this preloved from eBay, and this bag was one of my Louis Vuitton learning experience bags. This was one of the first bags I purchased, and at that point I was more interested in getting a great bargain than I was in quality. I got a great bargain on this by buying it without the crossbody strap. After that, I realized, you know, I'd really like to have that crossbody strap, so I found that separately, also on eBay, and I ended up with the two prices paying about what this would have been brand new retail. For the same price, I got a used bag that has some wear on it. Mostly it just has some tarnishing on the hardware. Like, I think you can tell there some of the gold is rubbed off and it's silver around that D-ring, and there's some scratches on the plate. I would like to have that repaired, replaced, just haven't gotten around to it yet. But this is a fantastic bag. It's discontinued. I think that there are advantages to this bag over the Favorite, which is a similar bag that's a little larger and has a magnetic flap. Personally, I prefer this bag, and the Eva, though it looks really tiny, it holds a lot more than you think it would. So I will link my video on the Eva below so you can check that out if you're interested in this bag. It's one I highly recommend. This is another learning experience bag. This is the Trevi. This one's in the PM size. The GM that I had prior to this was really the learning experience. I have several videos where I talk about it, but basically, same as the Eva, I was more concerned about price than I was... Oh, and I forgot to tell you the price on the Eva. I sort of did. I talked to you about it. It was about $700. That was about retail, and that's about what I paid for it. This bag retailed for $2,500. I don't remember if that was the PM or the GM size, but they would have been close in price. And I got the first bag, the GM, I think I paid $1,400 for it, so saved a little more than $1,000, but it was not worth it because that bag had a lot of problems. The pleats weren't straight, I couldn't get them fixed. The zipper was difficult. It was a very heavy bag. Every time I picked it up, it felt like a piece of luggage, but I love the Trevi. I think the Trevi is the most beautiful bag that Louis Vuitton has ever made. It is gorgeous. I sold the GM, and a while later, after I sort of got past my issues with that bag, because I fought with that bag for a long time, I purchased the PM. I actually got a better deal on this bag. I got it for only $965. It was originally a $2,500 bag. Quite a difference. It's gorgeous. I made sure this time that I got one that was in excellent condition, where the pleats were not all messed up. There's a little bit here, which you guys helped me figure this out. It's from the handles being down. So the trick is, when you're storing this bag, don't store it like that. Just hang it from the handles. So I have bag stands now where I can hang this. And that also, if you set it down, it sort of collapses on itself and it messes up the side pleats and the front and back pleats. So hanging it solves all of those problems. So that's the Trevi, one of my favorite bags to look at. Still not my favorite bag to use, because it's a little cumbersome to get in and out of, and it looks like it's a really big bag and it would hold a ton. It doesn't hold as much as it looks like it would, but it's still just so gorgeous. I love it. This next bag is one that some people love, including myself, and a lot of people hate. The Mahina, I'm gonna hold it by the strap right here. which is not the actual strap. The Mahina XS, so it's the Mahina leather. You can see it has the monogram pattern perforated on it. This is in a metallic, it's not quite silver, it's like darker than that, like a gunmetal. And it does have a strap here, but I don't keep it stored with the strap because this is another bag I hang. When I have it hanging from this strap, it's too long for my bag stand, and this strap is more delicate than the other ones. So I unbuckle it, I tuck it inside, and then I have a third-party shorter strap that I attach and I hang it like that from my bag stand. This bag came with an extender piece too to make the strap where you could wear it crossbody instead of just shoulder like this is. But I purchased this pre-loved, I got a great deal on it, and it did not come with that extra extender. I regret that now. I wish that I had that extra extender. I have thought about selling this and then repurchasing it with that piece. I've also thought about trying to find a third-party strap that's long, that's a similar color and texture, and I just haven't done that yet. Just know that I would really love to wear this bag crossbody. I think that would work better for me than wearing it as a shoulder bag, so we'll see what happens. The leather is so smushy and soft. It's beautiful. I love the metallic. I love that it's more subtly Louis Vuitton. It doesn't scream Louis Vuitton. And let me tell you the price. It's interesting how some of these bags were originally really expensive, like not prices I would pay now, but the price has gone down so much. And you can find some really great deals on some of these bags, like the Trevi. Originally $2,500, you can get it around $1,000, $1,500. This bag was originally $3,030. I got it for $700. Wow, from The RealReal. So I will again link them below. This next bag is another one of my favorites in my collection. It's one of the best, maybe the best bargain I've ever gotten in a Louis Vuitton bag. It is the Suhali Locket PM. It's in the Suhali goat leather. Beautiful bag. It's in bronze. This bag retailed originally for $3,300. It is stunning, is it not? Well, some people don't like it, but I think it's stunning. I got this on Fashion File. I swear someone must have made a mistake because how it was priced this low, I don't know. You're lucky if you can find one under $1,000. I got this for $450. I mean, it had just been listed the same day I bought it, and as soon as I saw that color, the condition, the price, I snatched it up immediately. That's probably the fastest Louis Vuitton purchase I've ever made. Spectacular. And the only thing I would change about that bag is I would add a shoulder strap. I'm looking around and I seem to have only one bag left to show you, and I have saved my favorite bag for last. Those of you who are regular watchers of my channel already know what it is. It is my Louis Vuitton Terrain MM. I love this bag. I got it in New York when we were there on a trip a few years ago, 2016 I think. Got it brand new from Louis Vuitton. It was a gift from my houseboy, the guy I live with. That's sort of an inside joke with me and people in my channel if you're new. This is the only handbag that has ever been purchased for me, at least from a luxury brand. Otherwise I buy all this stuff for myself. So this was purchased at retail and it was $1,600 something. This bag has since been discontinued. It did come in a PM size, a GM size, and even a little baby Nano size. I would love to have that one. I love this bag so much. I would love to get the GM size as well. Probably not the PM. I don't think I would use that, but I'd use the GM and I would use the Nano. And this, I just love it. I have some videos on this for some things to watch for, like these vachetta tabs curling out or the corners sort of smushing in. This is another bag that I keep hanging from a bag stand for that reason. So I'll link my videos on this below. I think of this as like the Speedy's more elegant sister, more sophisticated. It is in many ways very similar to the Speedy bag, but it's more grown up. It's more luxurious. And this bag does come with a crossbody strap. I just didn't pull that for the video. The little tassel is extra. I'll link that below. Didn't come with that. So yes, spectacular. My favorite bag, the Terrain MM. Well, I just filmed this entire video many hours ago at this point. It is now 11:34 at night, the night before this video is to be posted, and I'm almost halfway through editing. And this is the time that I realize I forgot to talk about one of the bags, and one of my favorite bags. This is the Delightful PM. I have videos on this. I'll link it below. There are several models of the Delightful, and that morphed into something else that I forget the name of at this point. I love this bag. This is the original model. This is another, I said this about the Noe. This is another bag that's about the size of the Neverfull, and it functions in a lot of the same ways. So if you want something kind of like the Neverfull, but not the Neverfull, I highly recommend this. I actually recommend this over the Noe, but with one caveat. Oh, and by the way, this is the PM size. The PM Delightful original model is the same size as the Neverfull MM. And I also have a pillow in here now that wasn't in the rest of the video. I keep that in there for storage. But you can see they're about the same size. You show you the bases on them, that's where you really see the comparison. I even have a video comparing these. So the one caveat, this is a must for me, and I know a lot of other people have really appreciated this tip too. Add a longer strap to it. This strap gets on my nerves. Cannot carry the bag with the strap it comes with. The strap it comes with is not removable. It very easily fits right down over the back, and you can sort of hide it against your body. This strap I got from Dress Up Your Purse. You will need a certain strap because the rings on this where you would attach another strap are really thick. So a lot of the clips that you find on straps aren't going to fit over that. I got this strap from Dress Up Your Purse. She has a few straps that will work. This one has giant clips. She also has one where it has clips but you can take them off, and there's this loop that you can take apart and just loop the leather right through. So I'll link her website below, and I have a discount code for her, by the way, so make sure you check that out and use my code so you get a discount. So you just clip that on, and this makes the bag a lot more usable for me and a lot of other people. Let me demonstrate and I'll show you the difference. I'll just model them really quick, show you the difference between how they hang with the two different straps. I just took the air paper out of here. There is an organizer in here. By the way, I'm not linking the organizers that I have because the company that made most of the ones that I have, they did me wrong and a bunch of other people wrong. Well, I won't go into the whole thing. I have a video about it. I'll link that below too. It's not a company that I advertise for. So with the strap that comes with the bag, and this is a hobo style bag, it is meant to be sort of a dumpling kind of thing where you hold the top closed and then just sort of push the bag over like that. That's the shape that Louis Vuitton intended this bag to be worn as. But it is difficult to get it to stay that way, and it's kind of a pain to always have to fix it. But you need that extra space when you've got it on your shoulder. And when you have it down like that, you do have extra space there for your arm, but then your arm is also sticking way out. If you have the bag more than halfway full though, then you can't fold the top over and it's gonna stick up, and then it kind of just stays open, and then you're like this and it's open, you have to kind of push it in, and then this strap also has a tendency to slide right off your shoulder. Okay, so those are all the problems. Let me show you. I do have a whole video on this, but I just really like showing you guys little tips and tricks that I have figured out to make these bags more useful. So this particular strap is adjustable. The other one I mentioned is not. So I like this one because it's adjustable. So now I can wear it over my shoulder and wear it down here. I can adjust it shorter to make it a little shorter. But now I don't have to worry about that opening. It does have a clip like the Neverfull does where I can clip it closed if I'm worried about stuff spilling out, or, you know, people could still reach in, I guess. But there's that. But I can also now wear this bag crossbody. This is my favorite way to wear it. And it's just this very comfortable, really soft, really roomy hobo now. And it's pretty. One of the Neverfulls I don't have is the monogram Neverfull. I would kind of like to get one, but I want the old model because I prefer the interior on that one. But once I found this bag, it has so many similarities. It's about the same size. It has the same interior almost as the original model Neverfull. This bag totally takes the place of that Neverfull. And then when you have this strap on top of it, and you can use this strap as a short handle to grab and go. Once I figured this out, this became one of my favorite, most used, most usable Louis Vuitton bags in my collection. I love this. Okay, I just did some quick research. The bag that this morphed into, so the current version of this bag sort of is the Graceful. The Graceful goes for $1,560. I got this on Rebag, which again I'll have linked below, for $735, so less than half of the current price. Fantastic bag. I highly recommend this one. Like I said, all of the resellers that I use, I will link below in the description box. I'm also, if you're interested in something brand new from the Louis Vuitton store, and particularly if it's something that's a little more difficult to find or you don't live near a Louis Vuitton store, I will link my sales associate's phone number. Please text her rather than calling. Her name is Becca, and she's at the Houston Louis Vuitton main store at the Galleria. There are 3 Louis Vuittons at the Galleria. There's the main store, and then there's one in Saks and one in Neiman Marcus. So she's at the main store. She's fabulous. She's helped lots of my subscribers find all kinds of things, and I've had a lot of compliments about her from subscribers. So please feel free to reach out to her if there's something you're looking for. So that was my favorite bag. What is your favorite Louis Vuitton bag and why? Remember to leave that in the comment section for me. So I'm really curious what you guys are into. Also, let me know, since this is the first video of the year and I told you pretty much what I'm doing in January, let me know what kinds of videos you'd like to see throughout the rest of the year too. Is there anything specific that you want to see? Is there a type of video, kind of video that you'd like to see or see more of? Also remember, I'll have several videos on these bags linked below. And remember to subscribe whether you are new or you've been watching for a while and you're just not subscribed. Scroll down and make sure you've pressed that subscribe button so you get notified when I post new videos and you get those community posts about sales and discount codes. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, especially if you have stayed this long. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you have a fantastic new year. I don't have champagne on me here, but I have some tea in my new Hermes teacup. So here's to a much better year than the last one. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.